do you think that if you believed in something so true that it ultimately became true, if you had the actions to back it? I mean, yes, obviously, clearly it would become true. And that's how I was able to live the life that I live now. I'm not saying that this is my dream life, but this is only one step closer to living that I've always was meant to live. And what I'm trying to say is that all of you have this sort of inner belief. All of you guys have the exact same goals. And when I say you have the exact same goals, I mean all of you want to get rich. All of you want to buy nice cars. All of you want to travel the world and feed your family. But ultimately, what separates the people who do these things for the family and those who don't, right? It's what's causing this inner belief. And for me, personally speaking, I am someone who came from living and being born in Syria. I'm an immigrant. Lived in Section 8 my whole life, motel living under EBT and welfare, up until this point where I'm able to teach people how to make money, change their lives, where I was able to cover and pay for every expense that my family does have, and only at 20 years old. And again, I'm more than blessed to be in the position I am in today, only because of one reason. I thank God for all of my success, but secondly, I think what boosted and what gave me the confidence to believe in myself, right? And I'll tell you this one thing. There's a verse in the Bible and it says, faith without works is dead. So yes, all of us could have the belief and the idea that we're gonna get rich, that we're gonna do this, but ultimately, if our actions don't align with what we believe in, would we ever accomplish, hence X, Y, and Z goal, right? And what I'm trying to say is that I didn't spawn here magically. I didn't spawn with $1,000 and bought my dream car all at once. It was all a matter of time of aligning my beliefs, my goals with the actions that I've had over myself for the past year. And I've only been doing what I do now for 1 year. 1 year. A year ago today, I was broke. I was sitting in a college classroom, struggling to survive. And if you want more proof of that, go on my Instagram, go on my YouTube. I am very transparent and genuine about my entire journey up until this point. And I'm blessed to be in a position where I'm making YouTube videos for people to watch and get inspired from. Like, this is all new to me. I'm still adapting and I'm still aligning my beliefs with the goals that I have. And this is only one of the actions I'm taking to get closer to those goals that I have for myself. And, you know, just reflecting back and looking at the journey that I've had upon just 1 year of doing what I do now. For what I do is something called high tech sales, for those of you who don't know. But, you know, I generally think to myself, was I just lucky to be here, right? Was I just blessed enough to live this life? But looking back upon my journey and just a 1 year of doing so, I realized that this wasn't luck. This wasn't just a random miracle or a blessing. This was a planned prayer, right? I've always prayed for this life. I always had this belief that I was going to do something within my own life. And I'm not saying again that this is not my dream life. There's so much more that I want to accomplish. What I'm saying is, if you have this internal belief that you are going to make it, that you are going to do something for your own life, understand, where is this coming from? For me, it was simply because of the fact that I wanted to pay it all back to my parents. Again, my parents came from Syria, moved to New Jersey, right? Did everything for us. And when I was 12 years old, right, my dad was paralyzed. We got evicted. We lived in a motel under EBT, Section 8, all the harsh stuff. And that was what caused my internal belief that I was meant for more. The fact that I had such a hard life only made me genuinely believe that I have all these thoughts, I have all these ideas, but where is my belief to reinforce my actions to it? And it was my past life. And everything I do now is not for me, like, right? I didn't think, okay, you know, I'm gonna start making money so I can buy nice things and buy nice clothes. I did it because I knew that my parents were waiting on a savior. Now, I'm not saying I saved my parents, but I will say I made their life genuinely a lot easier since I became the man that I am today, right? And the whole point of this video that I'm trying to bring across to you is you are worth something, right? If you have even the thought or the idea of doing something more than what everybody else is doing, you are more than capable of doing it, right? You know how average it is to go to school, to work a regular job, to just sit there and do nothing, right? Not take a risk. And put it this way, if you're someone who's always had the idea, again, of doing something with your own life, and you've been struggling to make that leap of faith, put it this way, what's more riskier? Taking a risk and having the chance of ultimately living your dream life, or doing nothing at all and having a 0% possibility of it ever happening? And that's how you take a risk, right? And I took my risk back in college when I had nothing to lose, because I will say, if you are younger than the age of 25 years old, you have nothing to lose. If you're still in high school and college, you have nothing to lose, because what will you lose then? The time that you get back, the money that you will make back, and ultimately your worst case scenario after taking a risk, and if it doesn't go the way it was supposed to go, is living and doing what you do now. So understand there's no risk, and if there's no risk, there's no reward. My journey, again, it started in a college classroom, right? Living in my old house, working at a Hyundai dealership, struggling to get by. And if you want to see all the truth behind that, go again, look at my Instagram, my TikToks. I post all of my transparency, because the biggest thing that I struggled with getting into the online money space was who was real and who was fake. Is this all real? Am I someone that is capable of even living a life like this? But again, I had the belief that I was able of doing so, but all that I was missing was the action behind it. Again, in the Bible, there's a verse that says, faith without works is dead. You could believe in something so true, but will it ever be true if there was never any actions to back it? But let's cut to the chase, right? Like, what do I actually do? How was I able to afford this car, right? How was I able to cover every single expense for my family up until this point? So what I did was I got something called high ticket sales. And basically what it is, it's online remote sales, to say the least, right? You're selling services or programs online at a commission 10 to 15% for influencer creators online. And that's what I did. I was selling a fitness coaching program. And that sounds crazy to say, but I met this guy in an elevator and I started selling this program. And again, I was blessed to be in that position because I had took a risk in myself, right? I had invested to a program and my mentor flew me out, and I had college classes, I had homework, I had my parents to talk to about it. And I just took the risk and told nobody and flew myself out there. And yeah, right? Like, I took an action to just reinforce the belief that I had for myself. And I hope this video, shares a little bit of light, just a little bit of inspiration to those who are watching it. Because again, I'm a regular person, right? I don't think myself as anybody higher than the next person and all my friends and family. I like being on equal footing with everybody else, and I like being transparent because again, that was the biggest thing that I struggled with getting into it. Who was real and who was fake? Who was telling the truth and who was lying? And again, you're never gonna know, right? You're never gonna know if this is a scam or if it's real until you ultimately take the chance in it, because how could we ever know if we're always thinking and looking and speaking from the outside looking in? And the biggest thing that helped me, actually overcome the person who I used to be and who I am now was, again, the genuine belief that I had for myself. But the thing is, I'm not saying tell yourself that, hey, I'm capable of doing this, I'm gonna do this. That's bullshit belief. You can keep telling yourself that I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna become this man. But the only thing that's gonna reinforce that belief is the actions, right? Because again, if I thought to myself that I was the strongest and the most handsome person, right? If I just believed that I was the best version of myself, but I didn't go to the gym, but I didn't eat right, but I had bad habits, how would that belief ever stand true? How could I believe in something when subconsciously nothing about it was true? So what I'm saying is, if you want to have the strongest form of belief, to actually accomplish something, you need to have action behind it. And the biggest thing I like to think about was when Hormozi made a quote where it said, evidence cannot be denied, right? Action cannot be denied. If you believe that you are this person and you had every action to back it, who can deny it, right? And at that point of time, when you are having the proper actions to fulfill the belief that you have in order to achieve these goals, it's a matter of time until they become true, until it is your reality. And that's what it was for me. Again, if you want to see all the transparency, go on my Instagram, go on my TikTok. I documented my entire journey. I had my first ever TikTok video pinned on it, right? And you can see from where I started to where I am now. But again, this all started because I had one belief, and I took every step to reinforce this belief to the point where this belief became bigger. And if you guys never heard about it, it's generally the law of attraction, right? When you speak good, when you believe good, when you think good, and when you do everything that relates back to this goodness of what you're trying to accomplish, it eventually becomes true. It happens, right? And put it this way, you ever thought about somebody? You ever thought about a song and it starts playing, you start hearing it randomly? Or you ever thought about something, they text you, they call you? That is the law of attraction. So if you want to live your dream life, live out a reality that you always dreamed about, hoped about, believed in, attract it. How do we attract that? but having the proper actions, not only physically, but mentally, but emotionally, but spiritually, to attract that reality. Because again, we live on a frequency. Your life is like a radio. This is your belief, right? If your belief is set to 100 and your actions are set to 50, you are never going to be on the same frequency to match it up, and you will then never live your dream life. And again, I'm nobody special. I'm nobody irregular. I'm a regular person, and I love telling myself that because I'm a regular person doing irregular things, and that's the only thing about me. And you are somebody special. Everybody's somebody special, right? As long as you have the thought and to begin with, right? Because not everybody has the thought to begin with. Not everybody has the idea of doing what you want to do. So if you have this idea, if you have this thought, this belief, capture it. But please, please, please reinforce it with the actions you have to make it a reality for yourself, and not only for yourself, but for your family and everyone else waiting and depending upon you. And if you are somebody that is actually interested in doing something of what I do, it's called high ticket sales, right? There's a link in my bio, straight application, DM me on Instagram, TikTok, they're always open. And eventually you can make something for your own life, right? Generally, please, please, please make 2026 a different year, not only for you, but everybody depending upon you. God bless you and God loves you.